Yes, we're back.
Alright, what is up guys? Action Fear Addict 112 here, and before I get into this, I apologize. One, for that intro. Sorry, just thought, the review for the Ultimate Stone Cold, it's coming. I needed to cover these first. And secondly, I apologize for the overview that you're about to watch with these figures, because I recorded this at around 2:30 in the morning. I had work that afternoon, and so I was absolutely fucking exhausted, but I wanted to sit down and talk about the figures because, when it comes to my reviews, you get my initial reaction to the figure. So with that being said, I don't usually buy whole waves of figures unless it's something that I really, really like. And Ghostbusters holds a special place in my heart. I remember watching the movie on DVD when I was, I think, 6 or 7. No, I wasn't. I think it was 10 or something like that, and I didn't see the second one until I think I was 12 or 13, because my mom bought me it was like a Target exclusive thing where you got both movies and you got like a little booklet that showed stuff from behind the scenes of the making of the first Ghostbusters movie, and I just thought that was awesome. And yeah, it was really, really cool. And I think I have that somewhere. If not, I need to track it down again and try to find it. But anyway, yeah, my aunt pretty much introduced me to a lot of 80s pop culture stuff, like Back to the Future and Star Wars, Ghostbusters. A lot of the stuff that I like now, she introduced me to. So that's kind of why the Ghostbusters hold a special place in my heart. But when I saw that we were getting another Ghostbusters movie, I was a little concerned because I don't really know how they were going to tackle it without, all original 4 members, because Harold Ramis passed away a couple years ago, so we won't be in the full 4 members. But from what we've seen in the trailers, it's going to be a passing of the torch moment, which is awesome because I've always wanted that with the Ghostbusters. I always felt like that was something we should have gotten with the Ghostbusters years ago, like a couple of years ago before Harold Ramis passed away. We should have gotten a passing of the torch from one generation to another. And with that last Ghostbusters movie that we should definitely not talk about, we didn't get that, and that's a shame. So, but we're getting it here, and that's pretty cool. So, yeah, and with this wave, I'm very contemplated. I've told a couple of people this, I'm very contemplated because Hasbro did such a good fucking job on these figures, but they kind of gypped out on a couple of things, especially with one figure here in particular. They gypped us out with, and a couple of accessories too we got gypped out of, and especially the quote-unquote Build-A-Ghost definitely shows Hasbro gave 0 fucks, and that the budget went towards all of these figures when it should have been like half for these figures and half for the bath. Especially if we're now paying $22.97 for these figures, which means this wave will run you over $130 when you buy the whole wave. So, for the bath, the quote-unquote Build-A-Ghost to turn out the way that it did is bullshit. And you're going to hear my reaction to that because, that was my legit reaction. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is bullshit. So, yeah, enjoy this review. I feel like the wave came out at just the right time since Halloween is slowly approaching, so it's perfect timing. And yeah, enjoy this review.
Okay, so I think I'm going to talk about the newer members first. Try to not make too much noise because it is like almost 3 in the morning when I'm recording this. I like recording late because this is usually the best time where I have the best mindset going into a review. So yeah, I think we're going to talk about. We want to talk about podcast first because all the kids have a new body mold, which is pretty cool. Because their suits are different from the original Ghostbusters suits. So yeah. Alright, so as for podcast here, you can see he has a couple of his accessories in his hand. Let me kind of move the camera a little bit closer so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay. So podcast here, he is one of the newer members of the Ghostbusters. Let me take this off so you can see his body a little bit better, because I feel like it's not quite time to get into accessories yet. So get that out of his hand too. Okay, so as you can see, this is a brand new body mold for the kids, which is awesome. The head scans are actually really nice too. It looks exactly like the actor, I'd imagine. Hair is nicely sculpted too. Very minimal paint on the figure. However, you can see right there he has his little name tag stitched on there. It says podcast. See if I can get it to focus on there. Yeah, you can see right there. It says podcast. Which is pretty cool. You can see his sashes, or his belt, is a little bit different. He has it tied like a karate belt. I don't know why they didn't paint the zipper on here when you can clearly see, but maybe the costume is different from the original ones where the zipper is like this color, but I don't know, I do find that a bit odd. He has a little nozzle in the pants like they usually do, and then he has his little shoes, which are actually painted. Wow, look at that. Hasbro actually gave a shit to paint his shoes. You see what I mean? I'm impressed with this because there was some type of budget for this line. And I can tell you right now, it went towards the figures. Oh, just wait. And then you can see nice Ghostbusters logo, no slop, nothing like that. So I'm very impressed. All the wrinkles and stuff like that look great too. So yeah, pretty fucking cool. Pretty cool. So that's podcast. Let's see. We'll take a look at Lucky next. So we've seen Lucky in the trailer. I don't really know. Again, they don't really give her story, so that's cool. But again, look how really nicely sculpted they got the figure. I mean, my god, Hasbro, you have really fucking tried this time. Even down to her necklace. Look at this shit. Look at that. It actually says Lucky. Like, what the fuck, Hasbro? It's crazy. And look at the face. Eyes don't look all fucked up like they did on the first series. I mean, that print is just... it's clean. Looks exactly like the actress. You can see her hair is different sculpt. It's all tied back in a ponytail. She has the... again, look at the ghost symbol. Cleanly applied. She doesn't have a name tag. Maybe like at the end of the movie they get name tags, but the only thing that really signifies her name is just the necklace. But I mean, look at this shit. Look at this, man. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All the wrinkles and stuff look really nice too. And then I think her belt, hang on a minute. No, her belt is similar to the original ones. It's just this one's tan and the original ones are white. So there's that. Again, you can see the nozzle in her leg there. So, you know, paint and sculpt, you know, we're doing good. We're doing really good. No complaints. Now we're going to be taking a look at Trevor. Let me make sure it's his name real quick. Yeah, it's Trevor. Okay. So we have Finn Wolfhard. In Ghostbusters. That's fucking awesome. One, it's awesome because this is kind of his shtick, you know what I mean? I've been a fan of him since Stranger Things. When he played, oh, what the hell was his name? It's been a minute since I've watched Stranger Things, to be quite honest with you. It's not Will, because Will was the kid with the bowl cut that got put in the Upside Down. Anyway, he's kind of used to the horror thing. He's been in a couple of horror movies since. So this is cool that they casted him. This is perfect, and it's also cool because in Stranger Things season 2, they actually, all the kids wear the Ghostbusters costumes, and now he's an actual fucking Ghostbuster. That's pretty awesome how everything wraps up. I think that's cool. Anyway, the head sculpt. Look at that. Looks just like him. Looks just like him. Print is on point. Everything is on point. And I'm not going to really focus on the sculpt because it is exactly like everyone else's, kind of. But I imagine they all use the same parts. And some, wow, really, camera? Really? There we go. So there's the ghost symbol. He does not have a name tag, but he does have a shirt underneath. Which is cool. It's like a black t-shirt underneath. His hair is all poofy, which I love because it's very similar to his grandfather's hair. Like, tell me he doesn't look like a young Egon. That's awesome. It's awesome. Now you're wondering why I'm not talking about the Proton Packs, because that I will cover in the accessories. Cover that in the accessories. So that's, oh, you know what? Hang on. And then look at these. Look at these New Balance. Look at these Adidas shoes. Look at these. Look at that. Hasbro actually painted the fucking shoes. Look at that. Even painted the laces too. I think they did. Hang on a minute. No, they just painted the little stripes on the side, but it's still something. It's still something. and I'm impressed. Because usually Hasbro tends to lack on that shit. And now we're gonna get into the original Ghostbusters here. So let's talk about Venkman here. So this is Bill Murray now. This is Bill Murray. This is Venkman 30 years later. That's fucking awesome. And I will show you the first version of Venkman that we got, just so you can see. I think it looks like Bill Murray. The first figure looks like Bill Murray, but this one here is definitely Bill Murray. Like that's Bill Murray. And I don't know why it doesn't want to focus, but as you can see right there, that's Bill Murray. That is Bill Murray. That is just an older Bill Murray with gray hair and wrinkles, but that's Bill Murray. Like, that's crazy. You can see he's kind of got a little bit of a gut now. And the suit, I think, is a little bit of a different. Yeah, it's a little bit darker on the newer one, as you can see side by side. This one's a little bit lighter. It's like almost a white, and then here it's kind of the newer color of the kids' Ghostbuster costumes. But as you can see, just like the original one, the suit is pretty much identical. I think the only difference is the elbow pads here are not black like they are on that one, and let me see. The belts are the same, that's for sure. The belts are definitely the same. Gloves are definitely the same. The Ghostbusters logo is different though. So you can see on that one it's a little bit more pronounced and bigger on this one, and then on the newer one it's smaller. But you can still tell it's the ghost. That's awesome. And I think the let me see if the name tag is different. A little bit. It's a little bit different. It's more pronounced on this one than it is on this one. But man, is that fucking crazy or what? That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, I don't like giving Hasbro props, but damn, man, they did a really good job on these figures. And I like giving Hasbro props where it's needed. Now Ray did not come with these goggles. I gave him these from the first figure. Now the first figure looks like Dan Aykroyd. Looks like a young Dan Aykroyd. Hang on 1 second. Let me kind of this here so you can see. So as you can see, here is the original Ghostbusters Ray, and then there is the newer one. So you can see the face looks like Dan Aykroyd, and here it looks like Dan Aykroyd too. Although, he's older, he's got wrinkles, and his hairline it's a little bit more pronounced now. Hang on, let me erase the goggle actually. Take the goggles off for a minute so you can see this. 1 second. You can see it's a lot bigger now. So awesome though. It's awesome. It's got the kind of bushier eyebrows too, and then the sideburns are graying. His temples are graying. That's awesome. You know, I've said this for the longest time, where when you have characters that aren't superheroes or, you know, like superhuman, they need to age. And I love that Mezco did that with Batman figures, and now we're getting it with Ghostbusters. That's awesome. So, yeah. And then everything else looks the same, pretty much same. You know, costume just a little bit darker, and different elbow pads. And then, again, the Ghostbusters logo is different. So, yeah. So far, so good. And then, this is the part where I can't compare, because I do not have the young Winston. So Ernie Hudson stands alone on this one, but it looks like an older Ernie Hudson. You know, he's graying. His hair is graying. There's a little bit more poofed out now, his hair. And yeah, you know, he's got wrinkles on his forehead, and you know, his mustache is looking pronounced. And yeah, it's just awesome, man. It's just awesome that, you know, they were able to bring back the original Ghostbusters one last time. So that is pretty much everyone's paint and sculpt. Now we can take a look at the accessories now. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at everyone's accessories now. So one big issue that I have with not everyone's accessories, but one character's accessories in particular is Podcast. Now, I have an issue with Podcast because, give me 1 second, I'm gonna put this little thing on his back. There we go. So here's my issue with Podcast. Okay, you can see this is essentially what he comes with. These are his accessories. You can slide it on the arm and you peg this in the back. So let me just move everyone back in for a minute. Let me know if you've picked up on what the issue is. Right, so let's look at everyone here, alright? What is the most prominent thing on all these figures? What is the one thing when you think of Ghostbusters? What's the one thing you think of? Besides the Ecto-1, Stay Puft Slimer. The fucking Proton Pack. He doesn't have a Proton Pack. But yet, let me grab the box real quick and show you why I have an issue with this. Okay. Grab the box real quick for one of the figures. Alright, let's take a look here. can see all the new Ghostbusters right there. All right, got Lucky, you got Phoebe, you got Trevor, and there's Podcast with a fucking Proton Pack, and yet he has no Proton Pack.
You what?
Hasbro, how do you fuck up something so simple? Like, how do you give us a Ghostbuster with no fucking Proton Pack? And it's not like you aren't sitting on fucking Proton Packs, because you literally have them from the last wave. And you're giving us glow-in-the-dark versions of these with slime. Like, come on, man. There's no excuse. There's no fucking excuse. Especially now that you're charging $22.97 a piece. These figures were $22.97. I will put a total in the corner of how much this entire fucking wave costs with tax. Well, before and after tax. I will put in the corner how much that is. And you're telling me you couldn't give him a fucking Proton Pack? Like, what? And I know the bullshit reason for this is because in wave 3 or 4, they can re-release all the figures and they'll all have Proton Packs. But you should have just given us the fucking Proton Pack from the start. So this is bullshit, man. Come on now. No Proton Pack. So that's one of my issues. But in terms of his accessories, he comes with some pretty unique accessories I haven't seen before. He comes with this, which is like the kind of aftermath of Stay Puft. Where like it's all the melted marshmallows and stuff like that. Then he comes with his goggles here, which are actually painted, surprisingly. I will zoom in on that if it'll let me. Stop focusing on them. We're not ready to talk about them. We're talking about podcast. I mean, look at that. It's actually painted. I'm surprised. He comes with this little skull thing, which, you know, if it's got a skull on it, I dig it. I don't know what it is, but some like skull heart thingy. And then he comes with this remote control for the RTV, which he does not come with. One of the other Ghostbusters comes with it. But he comes with this. You can see it's got like duct tape on it. And all that's painted. Which I'm very fucking impressed about, because it's things like this that Hasbro usually leaves unpainted. Because apparently it's not in the budget, and you know what I mean? So he comes with that, and then he comes with this, which is by far the funniest fucking thing I think I've seen a figure come with, besides the fucking Changla that Pride and Powerful came with in the AEW series. The Jazzwords did. So this right here. So instead of, because we're not getting Stay Puft in the movie, we're getting mini Stay Puft. He comes with a tiny pissed off Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And what's even more funny is that he could actually flick his little goggles down, and he can actually look at the little Stay Puft Marshmallow Man with his fucking goggles. That's fucking hilarious. And look, look, and he even painted the face, and they painted it all pissed off too. And then here it just plugs into the back, and it just wraps around here, and it's real soft, so you don't have to worry about it getting all, you know, chunky and stuff like that, or made of chunky plastic, and it, you know, banging up against the figure. And this is also soft too, so you can just slide it on the arm. And yeah, it's just really fucking nice. It's really nicely done. So props to Hasbro for that shit. Lucky actually comes with something that I was actually watching Andy's review of Series 1, and he mentioned how only one member of the Ghostbusters came with an effect for the Proton Pack. We actually get an effect for the Proton Pack, and it's made of soft rubber, so you can just slide it on there, and look at that. Like, what the fuck, man? It's like Hasbro actually listened. To a degree, they listened. And when I mean to a degree, I mean to a degree, because we're getting into it. Or just give me a little bit. We're gonna get into that one issue that I have with this whole wave. But look at that. Looks nice, right? You know, she comes with that, and then she also comes with this. The RTV. And it's also fucking painted. Like, what? And it actually rolls too. Like, look, I'll even show you. Just like in the trailer, it rolls. What? Like, that's awesome. And like, it even has little motors and gears sculpted on it. Like, that's awesome. I hate that she comes with it though, and that podcast doesn't. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a Ghostbusters fan, you're going to be picking up the whole wave anyway. So, but it is cool that it comes with her and it doesn't come with some, you know, some bullshit, whatever the fuck, exclusive version. So it's cool that you get it in the regular retail version. So that's awesome. Podcast Proton Pack is awesome. Let me get one of the original ones, and we'll see if there's a real difference between the two. I don't think so, but hang on a minute. There we go. But let's double check. Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's pretty much the same. Yeah, I'm thinking it's the same, but it's all painted. So they didn't really skip out on painting it, so that's something. So I'm impressed with that, though. The effect piece is awesome. Okay, we're going to take a look at Trevor now. So Trevor, again, comes to the Proton Pack. Pretty much the same as everyone else. But his thing that he gets besides the piece to build to quote-unquote build a ghost. And he gets this, which is, if I remember correctly, this is taken from Paul Rudd's character, the teacher. This is the blueprints for the fault lines that run through the town that they live in. It's awesome. It has little glyphs and stuff like that on it, and it's very, very detailed for what it is, and it's, you know, a piece of paper essentially, but I love how it's all crinkled up and stuff. It looks like it's a blueprint that was just rolled out, or that's all ripped up like it was stolen from something, or it's old as hell. I love it. And yeah, you can actually hold it, so you do get that. And I cannot remember. I think he comes with a proton effect piece. I think all of them do, if I remember correctly. Or maybe it's just... Oh, okay. Okay, I fucked up. Lucky actually comes with this one, where it's all purple. This is the one that she comes with, and then the original 3 come with this one, where it's all blue and orange. My bad. So he doesn't come with a proton effect piece, I don't think. I don't think he does, but I may be wrong. I'll add it in here if I find it. But I don't think he does come with one. I think he just comes with what you see right there. So there's that. Now with Ray. Ray comes with by far the coolest fucking accessory. Besides the RTX and the little Stay Puft and the remote control. This right here, this is Hasbro giving a shit, and this is Sony giving a fuck and actually going back. He comes with this. Now, if you're a true Ghostbusters fan, you know exactly what this is. This is Tobin's Spirit Guide. This is from the original Ghostbusters. And it actually says Tobin's Spirit Guide on it, too. And it is a book. It does not open, but he can hold it, and it is all torn up and stuff on the cover. But this is essentially what they used to figure out Zool and Gozer and the Gatekeeper and the Keymaster and all of that stuff is what they used in the first movie. This is what they used, and look how detailed it is, man. It's, my god. And look, they even sculpted little individual pages. Like, I'm geeking out here because Ghostbusters is my shit, man. So, you know what I mean? Like, I apologize if I'm freaking out over nothing, but that's awesome. And so he comes with a effect piece, so that's cool. And then, you know, each of them come with their little piece for the what's it called thing. I'm checking to make sure. Okay, so yeah, he came with one. Hang on, actually, give me 1 second. Okay, so I just checked. So I was right. Trevor doesn't come with that effect piece, but he does come with something I forgot to talk about. So he comes with this. Okay, so we're going back to Trevor real quick. So Trevor comes with... So Trevor comes with this. And this is a strand of mini Stay Puft Marshmallow Men. And it pretty much just hangs, I think. How does this go again? I think it's like supposed to run through here or something like that. Can't remember how, but they have a specific way where it's supposed to sit on here. Oh, okay. I got it now. That's how it's supposed to look on the back. Like they're all banded together trying to attack them. So, forget about that. So, yeah. So yeah, that's what Ray comes with. Now, Venkman. So Venkman, again, comes with the particle effect piece. But he also comes with this right here. which again, I love this because this is paying homage to the original Ghostbusters movie and to the fans. Now, if you remember the beginning of Ghostbusters, you'll remember that Venkman was working on a science experiment with this college student, and he used cards, and she was supposed to try to guess what the cards were, like what was beyond the cards. And with this figure, you actually get the fucking cards. You get the one with the lines, you get one with the circle, you get one with the star, the one with the plus sign, then you get the one with the square. So that's awesome, and he can actually hold all 4 of the cards, or I'm sorry, all 5 cards. So that's pretty awesome. The fact that the original one didn't come with that, or a version of Venkman didn't come with one, is kind of weird, but I do think it's cool that this version actually comes with it. So that means it somehow plays part in the movie, but that's awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much all he comes with, besides, again, the quote-unquote build a ghost piece. And then we get into Winston. So Winston comes with this right here. It comes the classifieds. And if you can read this is awesome, because there's some actual little Easter eggs in here. It says public library help wanted, replacement needed for retired librarian with aversion to symmetrical book stacking. If you remember in the beginning of the movie, they went to the library, and one of the signs that the ghost was there was a symmetrical book stacking. Free refrigerator. Pretty funny. The Camp Wakanda. If you remember at the end of the movie, Ray was talking about that too. So it's cool. You can read these and see little Easter eggs. So that's awesome. Ghostbusters for hire. And then there's this one down here. But this is fucking awesome. There's Easter eggs in this. And that's awesome. Again, shows someone's giving a shit, and that the people that were working on these figures are actual Ghostbusters fans, which is awesome. Because why the hell else would they add stuff like this? And yeah, this is just a piece of cardboard, but and little cards down there, cardboard, and it's cheap materials, but you know what I mean? I'm not complaining, because that shit's cool, and for some reason it plays into the movie. So yeah, that is all the accessories. Now we need to talk about the what I can only assume was, in Hasbro's mind, the main selling point for this whole wave, which is the Build-A-Figure Ghost, which this here is where I'm going to get angry. Okay? So, what I'm about to show you, is Hasbro's Build-A-Ghost. Are you ready? Blake, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god, what is that?
Hasbro. Hasbro, Hasbro, Hasbro. Hasbro. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
This is not a Build-A-Ghost. This is a Build-A-fucking statue. Because that's essentially what this is. The only thing on here with the most articulation is his head. His head is on a ball joint. These arms, that's where they move back. They don't move back forward or anything like that. No, they're built at an angle. And his hands, they swivel. Nothing in the arms, no ab articulation, no double jointed knees. I mean, his legs are essentially fucking stuck like this. This is the only difference. But really, what is this gonna give you? You know what I mean? Like, this is bullshit. Alright, I'm sorry. I can tell that you guys really tried with these figures, and that's where I can imagine most of the budgeting went, but come on, guys. I mean, we're talking about almost $23 a figure here, and this is what you fucking give us? I mean, this is laziness. I mean, this is pure fucking laziness. I mean, this is bullshit, and I'm glad that a lot of people that are reviewing this figure have brought this up, that this is laziness, but they haven't really dug into the wound. And that's what I'm about to do. Like I said, I'm about to give Hasbro a verbal ass whooping with this. This is bullshit. If we go back to Series 1, the Pterodog had articulation. You know, mind you, single joints and, you know, ankle rockers and stuff like that, but it had movement in the fucking legs. This has literally zero movement except for the head. Like, I did not pay over $100 and what, like $20-$30 for this whole wave just for that. Like, I did not pay over $100 altogether retail with tax included for this shit. This is ridiculous, man. Like, no, you can tell there's no... This is fucking laziness, man. This is just laziness. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. So, I'm gonna probably end up selling this shit because I don't want it. And free people are saying, you know, oh, well, that's, you know, the only way to get a ghost. That's bullshit. If your imagination is big enough, you can look in other brands to get it. I mean, look at McFarlane's fucking Warhammer stuff. The two of the creatures they just released, those are perfect for Ghostbusters. Perfect for Ghostbusters. But this shit right here, this is ridiculous. And that's what moves. Really? And yet in the fucking trailer that we see just a little glimpse of this guy, he has more articulation than this. Like, come on, man. And they've done fucking Build-A-Figures bigger than this, and they have articulation. So what is Hasbro's excuse for this shit? Because this shit right here, this is unacceptable. I'm sorry, this is unacceptable. This is bullshit. I'm sorry. This right here, this is unacceptable. This is not a Build-A-Ghost, alright? If this is what you want to give me, then the figure should be like $15 fucking dollars. They should not be hitting, you know, they should not be like $25 after fucking tax. Like, this is bullshit, and this is what you give us? No. No, no, no. No, no, no. This is what year? This is 2021. This is not 2007. This is not 2008. You know, this is some shit I would expect from Mattel. You know what I mean? When they did their Ghostbuster line, this is what I would expect. But this shit here from Hasbro? No, no, no. No, 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 no. When you're giving us shit like Black Series and you're giving us fucking Marvel Legends, you're giving us MCU figures, and now you're giving us Infinity Saga figures, and now you have the Fortnite license and you have all these fucking licenses, and this is what you give us. I mean, I haven't seen laziness like this since the Overwatch Ultimates line. Like, come on, guys. This is bullshit. This is bullshit, and I'm calling it right here. This is bullshit. Hasbro, I better not see this shit ever again. This is bullshit. The next fucking Build a Ghost you put out, Build a Figure, whatever the fuck you want to call it, this shit better be better than this. Alright? The next one better have more fucking articulation than this, and I already know what Hasbro is gonna do. They're gonna put out some fucking deluxe version of this dude, and he's gonna have more articulation, and that's bullshit. So, I'm disappointed in Hasbro for that. And look, I mean, come on now, look at the fucking paint and the sculpt on this. The only part of this that looks awesome is just the head. But other than that, it's... And you can tell me, oh, because it's in translucent, that you can't sculpt in translucent. Bullshit. They've done it with Sue Storm, and I'll even give Mattel props for this right here. They did an entire Undertaker in this translucent purple, and he had all the regular Elite articulation, he had the beautiful sculpt, and he even came with an ectoplasma belt, and his hat was even in this translucent purple. And that was for Mattel's WWE Ghostbuster line. Come on, guys. I mean, this is unacceptable. I'm disappointed. I'm fucking disappointed at that shit. That's terrible. That's awful. So with that being said, we'll talk about the articulation. Now with the kids, they can all hold their, 2/3 of them can hold their Proton Packs, because only 2/3 of them come with Proton Packs. You know what? Just because, instead of giving us that lazy ass excuse for a Build-A-Figure, you could have scrapped that plastic and given Podcast a fucking Proton Pack. You could have given them more accessories, to be honest with you. You didn't really need to do a Build-A-Ghost for this wave. He could have been a deluxe figure by himself. These guys could have got more accessories, and that would have justified for the price. Okay, now that I'm done talking about that, all of them have single jointed elbows, but they do bend enough to the point where you can have them hold the Proton Packs. And I didn't realize this until Andy mentioned this in his showcase when he did the Series 1 overview, so thank you very much, Andy, for pointing this out. They all have the hinges, the roll the dice, and the wrists, just like the original Ghostbuster figures from Series 1. So they all have the hinge. Unfortunately, because it doesn't, the sculpt is kind of, the sleeves are kind of baggy. The movement in there is kind of not very accessible, so it kind of gets a little tough for them to hold them, but to be honest, they're not looking down them like sniper scopes, like they're not looking down them like, the scope of a gun or something like that, so really they're going to be holding them like that. These guys hold them a lot better, like I'll show you with Winston here. He can hold his Proton Pack a little bit better. So I will show you that right now. You do have to pop the little, whatchamacallits, these things, Jesus God, why am I blanking out here? These wands, the proton wands, you need to plug those into the actual pack. So it is different from the first series where they just came sculpted. Let I'm guessing so that this can, because it sits on a ball joint in there, so it can be moved a little bit better. But I'm trying to get it to fit in his fucking hand off camera so that I can. Oh my god, these are giving me hell, man. Alright. So, all of the original Ghostbusters here, they have butterfly joints in their shoulders so they can get a little bit more movement. But my god, Ernie here is giving me some trouble. Oh, Ernie, why are you giving me trouble? Yeah, I'm gonna just have to jump cut. There you go. So you can see he can hold it just fine. But like I was saying with them is that they have butterfly joints, so they can move their arms back more, kind of more forward and back, so that if they needed to, they could actually look like they're reaching back here to grab the wand, proton wand. So yeah, it's cool. And all of them have a ball joint in the ab articulation, so I mean they can kind of move forward and back, but not too much. Which, I mean, they don't really need too much articulation. I mean, they're fucking Ghostbusters. They're not superheroes. They're average scientists that catch ghosts. And I mean, they don't need to be super agile. But yeah, I mean that's the main thing that you're going to be concerned about. Can they hold the proton packs? Can you get them in poses like that? Yes, you can. So, you know, it's nice. You know, you get thigh cuts, double jointed knees. I think the only issue I have with, I think it's with Podcast and Trevor, is there's no movement in the feet down here. Let me see. Is there ankle rockers there? Oh no, that shit is okay. Yeah, so the only difference between everyone here is that his feet, Trevor's feet, and Podcast feet are stuck. They are stuck like this because it's just that's the way that they sculpted their feet, because I guess the pants are too baggy, I guess, to move. But Lucky has no issue because she has boots, just like the other Ghostbusters. So yeah. But as I'm setting everyone up here for a nice little kind of one more kind of picture here, I'll talk about my final thoughts. So my final thoughts here with this wave, the figures themselves are very solid. I feel like if you're going to get this wave, you get this wave if you're a Ghostbusters fan. I mean, if you're excited about Afterlife, you're excited about, you know, Ghostbusters, you're a Ghostbusters fan, definitely pick this wave up. It's a nice wave. Don't pick it up for the Build-A-Figure. I've been telling people this. Do not pick it up for this Build-A-Figure. The Build-A-Figure is fucking garbage. It's garbage, it's trash. Don't get it for that shit. Get it for the figures themselves. The figures themselves are very solid, and once we get Phoebe, we'll have a set of the old school Ghostbusters and a set of the new school Ghostbusters, which is going to be awesome to see everything play out in the movie. So, the set is solid. Alright, the figures are solid, articulation solid. I'm not disappointed with any of the figures, except my only issue is that podcast does not come with a fucking Proton Pack. That is my issue. That is my one issue. And then the fact Trevor here doesn't come with a particle beam, or a particle stream, sorry, is upsetting too. But besides that, this is a really solid wave, and I'm really happy to have gotten the set with no issues. So if you're checking Target, check Walmart, check Amazon. If you prefer shopping online, Amazon has all of them. Check Walmart. Walmart's got a case of them. It's going to be a case of, I think, what is it, 6? So a case of 8, you'll get 2 Venkmans, 2 Trevors, and then 1 of everyone else. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be my review on this wave. So sorry this review was long. These popped up out of nowhere. Decided to pick them up because I'm a big Ghostbusters fan, and I was really looking forward to this wave. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for Stone Cold's review, and Action Figure Addict 112 out.